Hello YouTube, Dogfoot9 here, and welcome to another episode of the Arsenal Career Mode. And we start off today with some pretty good news. Arsenal are champions of the Barclays Premier League. That means we cannot be caught in the not Champions League, in the Premier League. I think I probably said Champions League twice then, but oh well. We can't be caught in Barclays Premier League, which is really good because that means I get to give some of my younger players like Hector Bellerin and Jay Mead and some other younger players like Mayachi, I get to give him a bit more of a go on the wing and stuff like that. So that's going to be good, and it also allow me to save some of my more experienced players, or players which are strong and don't have the best stamina, to save for games such as the FA Cup final coming up against Swansea and the Champions League, well, whatever Champions League games we've got up coming up, because I think we've got a game next against Spurs, and I didn't have time obviously because I didn't know I'd won the Barclays Premier League to save all the top players for this game, but I did try and put out the strongest team possible for it. Ozil, Lewandowski, Aguero. I did look at like the calendar and stuff and see how I could, which players I could put and planned in advance to see who I could put on. But here early on, Tottenham they were building up quite a bit of pressure, but I had to try and stop them scoring any away goals, because if they did, and they managed to score 3, then it would game over for me. And Tottenham, they can be a really defensively solid side sometimes. It depends who they play, in what position, because when I was playing them at home, I decided to go really aggressively, and I did get to counter them quite a bit, but this was one of my only counter chances in the entire game, and it came in the 7th minute, and it was pretty lucky for me. Lewandowski with a diving header, as we know, heading is pretty overpowered, but oh well. We were starting to build a bit more pressure here, but Aguero blasts it, didn't even take a touch, just whacks it, and unfortunately we couldn't get it back into the box. And this game, it was full of little chances. There weren't too many which we could capitalise on, but a rocket which I thought was going to go in, which would have sealed the deal, just manages to tip itself over the bar. And that's a bit upsetting there, but anyway, we do win with one Lewandowski goal there, and Lewandowski, he's been the man who's been scoring most goals when we need them most. That's been brilliant for us. So, sorry if I've got a bit of a croaky voice, I am a bit ill, I think I've got a bit of a sore throat, but we have got a really good squad report for you here. So, I'm just going to start with the top. I'll start again because I did show which stats were improving, and as you can see, everyone seems to be going really well, which is good for the team. And it shows that we're playing them well, and we're playing everyone as often as they want to be, because they won't grow if they're not happy. Ozil 90 there, Aguero 92, Lewandowski 89, so 3 top players in my squad there. Asamoah, I think he's a bit further down, and I've just gone past him, but he's 87. Also Chamberlain thought he'd grow a bit more. Habois gone up by 2, which you can't complain with. As you can see, Asamoah there, up to 87. Saka up by 3, I think that says there. So he's come along a lot. And Adrian, he's almost the first centre attacking mid. If I didn't have Ozil, and I had like someone like, I don't know, Wilshere or Ramsey still, then he'd probably be fighting with them for this top spot as the cap. Maybe not with Wilshere, because I think he at the moment is like an 84 or 85 for Man City, I can't remember. But even the players who are on loan, except from Philip Roberts, have grown, but they are still young. And Coquelin, I don't really like using Coquelin, and it seems that the team he's playing for don't like to use him either, because he's not being played too much. But anyway, as we prepare for this next game, it's against Blackburn in the Premier League, so I know I've already won the Premier League, so I'm just going to put out a bit more of an experimental squad. I don't know why I would experiment too much. I just want to see who could play well, because I've come to the end of the season and I'm not going to start another one, so I don't think I really need to make sure I've got a solid team. I'm just going to kind of in the Premier League matches, see what I can do and maybe get a couple of fantasy goals and stuff like that. But anyway, I've started doing more, started Battlefield up again, as it is in the lead up to Battlefield 4, as you've probably noticed. And I've also noticed that Jovino's gone up by 84 now, ever since I did that squad report, and so is Habois. So I can't complain there, that's really quite good. But I've started doing Battlefield 4 videos, but don't worry, when FIFA 14 comes out, I will be running it alongside Battlefield 4, and Battlefield 3 videos, don't worry about that. Because before this, if you look back, Battlefield 4 was quite a big focus for me on my channel. I did do quite 4 stuff. But FIFA has helped me grow my channel a bit more. And probably both have, I think, got like quite a few. I think the views on my channel are shared equally for between FIFA and Battlefield 4 pretty much, or Battlefield 3. So I'm going to be trying to run both equally at the same and try not to put too much effort into one or too much effort into the other. But if you do want to like put one more episode up a week of like Battlefield 3 or FIFA, then I'll be happy to do that, because if you guys like it more and those videos get more support, then I'll do that for you. But I still will be doing both videos on this channel. It depends on the frequency of the uploads. So anyway guys, Blackburn did score there, and we do blast the ball into a box there. It was supposed to be a bit of a shot, but as he gets in front of the ball, and when he gets in front of the ball, he's just going to touch that down, he's just going to blast it. I didn't think about maybe leaving it, because if I did touch it, it'll probably give me a better goal scoring opportunity, because the keeper won't be able to react. But there, Asamoah does get his goal, and I didn't know how the keeper stopped that. It was so much power on it. And then he did rebound out into the path of Asamoah, and then El Shawari straight through onto goal here. And finesse shots, I say, are overpowered in FIFA 14. El Shawari finesse shots inside the box on FIFA 13 are overpowered too. So you can't argue with that. And now it's a 2-2 or 3-2, I think that is there. And we tried to get through on goal here, but a brilliant tackle. That's one thing, when players win through on goal against us, we'd not be able to tackle them. We have improved that a bit. And Muriel, he just snatches the ball there. I've just brought him on as a substitute. I thought he'd get pushed down for a penalty there, but he stays on his feet and shoots into a corner of the net, and that scores the goal for us. It's 4-2. And then my last goal of the game here, coming from, Adrian gets the ball here, for a pretty poor clearance by us. We headed it across our own goal, and then guess who's through on goal? Luis Muriel does a bit of skill work there, brings it back, gets taken down, gets back up, pushes himself out against 3 players nearly there. Adrian passes it through between 2 players, and El Shawari takes it on the goal and scores. And that's probably a brilliant goal there. Worked, and it was just brilliant by our 3 young players. So anyway guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, also subscribe for more FIFA 13 and Battlefield 4 info. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.